as soon as I started making thousands of videos about Nikon and Nikon stuff, people started accusing me of being a Nikon fanboy. And then I posted, I don't know, a dozen or so videos calling Nikon out for some of the really stupid stuff that they do. Now I've made endless videos about Fuji, still make tons of videos about Nikon, and haven't made a single negative comment about Fuji. And they say, oh, well, you must be a Fuji fanboy. Well, listen up. This video is not a negative. It is a missing link within Fuji's system, and it is a flaw that they need to rectify. See, unlike Nikon, which is a super gigantic entity, they move like IBM. You see, IBM destroyed themselves because they became huge, kind of like me, and they collapsed. They collapsed underneath their own gravity, kind of like a black hole. Went. Whew. Here's a mistake you're a serious mistake. You're making Fuji. Fuji, you are making a serious mistake right now. Your raw processors. Now here, by the way, is a perfect example of what a true Fuji fanboy, and I've heard this said before, by hardcore Fuji. I own tons of Fuji stuff. I love my new X100T. I've got 6 Fuji cameras. I've tested every lens you guys make. I own 18 Fuji lenses. I mean, I've been praising Fuji endlessly because it's a wonderful product. I don't believe in DSLR versus mirrorless crap, okay? I never bought into the whole mirrorless was more lightweight BS, or the fact that if I remove that flappy mirror out of there, that, you know, this is the future. Huzzah! I move the mirror from a camera. That's the future. I never bought into that, and people think that's a contradiction because I own a ton of Fuji stuff now. No, this camera is made in Japan, kind of like my other Fuji cameras that are made in Japan. The lenses are exquisitely made. The cameras are extremely intelligently designed. They're made in Japan. They are extremely well made. I've taken apart thousands of cameras just to repair cameras. I'm going to arrogantly say that I'm absolutely certain that I know more about what the hell makes up a quality camera as opposed to the 20 other knuckleheads that are making videos on camera gear. Whatever you think of me, and if you think that's an arrogant statement, that's fine. Here's an example of what a Fuji fanboy will say, and I've heard it said many times. Well, you know, I know professionals want to shoot RAW, but, you know, if you go into Fuji, there is a RAW converter in Fuji. Let me tell you what, there's not a single professional on earth. Oh, right, here we go. We got playback menu, RAW conversion. There is not a single professional photographer that thinks that that is a good type of workflow. See, that is what a hardcore Fuji fanboy would say. And here's the, by the way, check the link below. I really, really, really want you to take a look at the link below. There have been a couple of videos, links like this, where they've done comparisons, and I've done the comparisons myself. Iridium Developer is the best. Now, people have said, oh my God, well, that's only available for Mac. Well, that's true. You should also own a Mac anyway, since like 90% of photography editors own. Every time you see someone editing a photograph, it's on a Mac. You ever wonder why? But regardless of that fact, Iridium Developer is coming out for PC. When that is, I don't know. I'm not connected to the company. Fuji. This is a big mistake you're making, and I'm going to point out the exact logical reasons why you're making it. I think Iridium Developer is a software that's put together by 1 or 2 people. It might just be one person. I'm told it's one person. Hey, Fuji, this is something people complain to me about all the time, and sometimes their complaint is partially invalid, but it is mostly correct. You need to contact the dude that creates Iridium Developer. And since it's not a company, well, I mean, I guess it is a company, but I think it's a really, really, really small company. And offer the guy, you know, $2, $3, $4, $5 million and buy the licensing rights to his software and sell it. And people say, well, you know, Fuji's got Silky Pix. Well, I'm sorry about that, but Silky Pix does not cut it. Any person that is familiar with processing Fuji RAW files know that Silky Pix, I'm not going to call Silky Pix any names, but I'm going to say that it is not that spectacular. It does not instill any joy in me. And that's the free Fuji RAW converter for Fuji. Fuji, your cameras are 100%. I love them to death. I mean, people are calling me a hardcore Fuji fanboy because I've been speaking so much praise about Fuji. And no, I'm not a fanboy. The Fuji fanboys are the people that are telling other professionals, I mean real professionals, people are actually making a living at it, to, oh, we'll just go into the camera and use the raw. That's not part of a workflow. I mean, you can't be a wedding photographer and tell someone, oh, I'm going to do the raw conversion again. No. And you sure as hell can't tell somebody, and this is a fact, of course, but you can't tell a professional, well, there are 10,000 reasons. Anybody that has a brain about photography knows why the hell you shoot raw. I don't give a damn what camera it is you're using. Nikon, Fuji, Sony, doesn't matter. Who gives a damn? There's 10,000 reasons why you shoot raw. Okay, it's a digital negative. So any of these people out there that, and I hear these are some of the things stupid Fuji fanboys say. They'll say, well, and this is true, however. Fuji JPEGs are absolutely incredible. Well, yeah, they are, but that does not change the fact that RAW files are an absolute necessity as part of a professional workflow, okay? So just shut the hell up with that fanboy crap talk. And this is not making fun of hardcore Fuji. That's fine, but just don't say stupid stuff like that, I love the hell out of Fuji, too. Okay, I love the hell out of Fuji. But don't be telling me that I'm going to be using my in-camera RAW. That's not part of a professional workflow. And don't be telling me, well, true, that Fuji takes incredible JPEG images. Yes, that's true, but you got to have RAW files. There's 10,000 reasons. Okay, so that none of that crap flies. Silky pics, no bueno. No. Yeah, it's free. Great. There's a lot of stuff that's free. Some free stuff is good. Lightroom has gotten better, but Lightroom still sucks dead bunny rabbits. Now, listen up, Fuji. Your cameras are exquisite, so are your lenses. I love you to death. But either come out with something that is like exactly like Iridiant, or just like buy them. Just buy them. I think it's one person. I have no idea, and I know nothing about the company. I want to just buy them. Like fly a team from Japan over to, the software developer for Iridiant. Because every hardcore person that has done all this is like, it's Iridiant. It's Iridiant. It's Iridiant. It's just not a matter of opinion. Check the link below, and you'll see a bunch of picture examples, and you'll be like, yeah, you're right, damn right. It's because some of these people that are testing out Fuji, they're using Lightroom, especially years ago, like on XT1s and other camera models. They're using Lightroom and all this other free, funky software. And like, oh my god, these files are, there's something. Yeah, you're using, Lightroom just a year ago. Just a year ago, Lightroom just sucked dead bunny rabbits with Fuji RAW files. They are better, but, better compared to sucks is not all that awesome. It's like, well, it doesn't suck anymore. Yeah, but what does that really mean? Does that mean it's great? No, it's just better. Fuji, highly suggest that you either come up with an engine, like basically like a Iridiant developer, or like make Silky Pics. If you want to revise Silky Pics, fine, revise it, fix it. Because Iridiant developer is only out for Mac, so either buy Iridiant or fix Silky Pics so that its output is just as good. And Iridiant, too, is very fast, the way it actually processes RAW. Even if, okay, another point. Even if Silky Pics was as good as Iridiant, Iridiant is, it's like a machine gun. As far as how it processes RAW file. Make it as fast as well, okay? That's some part of an important professional workflow. Fuji, you've already got the professional cameras and the lenses. I love the death out of you. There is such a thing. Fuji knows I love them. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is a criticism video of Fuji. Okay, if you want to say that, it's positive criticism. There is such a thing as positive criticism. It's like, I love you to death. If you would just get that ugly brown tooth removed, you'd be like drop dead gorgeous. Or, someone saying to me, I love you to death, but you're just fat and ugly. Well, I can fix the fat part, but not the ugly part, right? Positive criticism. Positive criticism. This is no slant against Fuji. I don't have an issue. Right now I'm using Iridiant. I've got Macs. I've got 5 Macs. People keep asking me why I got this Mac on it. Well, I got 4 Macs in the back room out there. I got a Mac out here for a reason. I have no issue with Fuji RAW files, but Fuji, not everybody is a Mac user. Everybody should be a Mac user. I've got no love for Apple, and I hated Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a stinky person. Sorry, I mean, people think that, I've got the Apple logo tattooed on my wrist, but that does not mean I have any love. I'm a Steve Wozniak person. That's the real heart of Apple. Steve Jobs, no, he was a horrible, awful person. He was just a stinky person. He was a bad dude. As anybody that knows the guy from biographies and whatnot would tell you. But anyway, Fuji God, invest in a better engine for your raw conversion. And one that's fast, like Iridiant. And one that is good, like Iridiant. That needs to be done. Because I keep hearing this complaint, and your software teams could fix this problem overnight. People say, well, you know what? I've actually had... This is no lie, no exaggeration, well more than 100. Some going to say 100, but I know it's been over 100. People say, I would invest in a Fuji system overnight right now, but it does not have the workflow for processing the raw files. Their complaint is not entirely valid, but it is certainly far from invalid. And, that's something that Fuji needs to fix. So this is positive criticism. Obviously, I mean, I've been out shooting most of the day in the horrible, horrible heat and humidity. I mean, it was like 100 degrees the day and 100% humidity. At least it felt like that with my Fuji X100T. Love it, love it, love it. I got no problem processing my raw files, but not everybody has a Mac, and not everybody has Iridiant. So Fuji, please fix this problem. This is a problem that you need to... It's like, well, that's just your opinion. No, it's not, because people keep coming to me and say, look, I want to invest in a Fuji system, but we need a proper raw converter, one that is just wham, it's just right there. Silky Pix, if it were perfect, which it is far from perfect, is not fast enough. Whatever the hell a Iridiant developer is doing, look at it. And also, here's the other thing. Since I hear that a Iridiant developer is like 1 or 2 guys, I am pretty sure that the brainiacs in Japan that are working for Fujifilm have like a herd of nerds that could like fix this problem overnight. Like if one American, I don't know if it's in America, but it's like 1 or 2 people. I mean, there has to be a herd of nerds somewhere at Fujifilm that could take care of this problem overnight. Overnight. And this is an issue, because lots of people bring it up. So, love you, Fuji. This is positive criticism, and it's valid criticism with empirical existential points of validity. There's a difference between, well, this idiot thinks, feels, or believes that what that's called doxa, opinions, baseless opinions. And over here we have empirica, existentia. It means, this is a rock, it is hard, and it will hurt you. It's like, yeah, that's a hardcore empirical fact. Opinions versus empirical facts. And, this is not a video of my opinions. I mean, I have a lot of people coming and tell me, I wish Fuji would fix their raw converter issue. So, please do that, Fuji. I love you to death. And, no slant against you. We all got flaws. God knows I've got a million flaws, but, you could fix this problem immediately. So I suggest that you do it in an expedient fashion. Bye!